Hi everyone! I'm going to consider this video both an introductory video and a review, considering that's what most likely you clicked here for. The review, not the intro. Now, I don't want to make this clickbait, but I think it'd be good to know who's going to be telling you about a movie I personally thought was peak. So, I'm going to tell you about myself. If you want to ignore that, I won't judge. Just skip to the time placed on screen and I'll get started on my intro with everyone else. Okay, intro time. For privacy reasons, I will not be showing my face or revealing my real name. You may call me by the name I use for the channel, Suntraction. Or if that's a mouthful, call me Sun. It's like a 3-second time difference, but who cares? But enough about me. Let's talk about me. My favorite color is probably pink or something that burns my eyes. I like movies, gaming, art, and singing, karaoke specifically. Some fun facts about me. I am a big fan of Markiplier, which is also stated in the description if you check my channel. I am a voice actor for an IRL friend's work. I'm also on Discord, but you know what? You're just gonna have to search around for that. Have fun with that, bucko. Some fandoms I'm in include Iron Lung, Dave and Bambi, Bad Things, Block Tales, Die of Death, Let Him Go, Fighting, and more. Honorable mentions on screen. I'm also a bit of a reader. Some singers I like include Will Wood, Tally Hall, Hatsune Miku, Weezer, Wonder Girls, Radiohead, and that one band from Scott Pilgrim. I like to cosplay, making Halloween my favorite holiday. Speaking of holidays, my birthday is November 4th, and I'm shocked that it hasn't become a national holiday yet. Okay, I like me and other people. I like other people too. I don't discriminate on this channel. Perfect! Now that you've had your dose of me, we can get on to the actually important part of this video. And to the people who skipped, you kinda don't know what happened. Warning, there's a lot of spoilers. Do not watch if you don't want spoilers for the movie. Okay, thanks. Oh, and trigger warning, there is fake blood. Before we can move on to our glorious king, we need to address the exposition, aka the events that happen before the plotline of the movie. It is quite sci-fi horror, post-dystopian apocalypse, as the movie is described. This takes place after the Quiet Rapture, which is a cosmic event that caused the end to all planets and stars and wiped out 90% of humanity. Happy fun time! Fun fact, we don't have an exact answer on what the Quiet Rapture was caused by. I tried searching, really. Some possible answers include an entity and or void devouring planets and converting them to the blood moons they've become, a forced rapture or judgment causing the bringing of humanity to blood, so like the Bible, a failure like teleportation of matter or vacuum decay that defies all physics, and advanced and hostile aliens, possibly even the fish in the blood ocean. The first and third ones are probably our best option, as we would have religious themes or references if there was a rapture like in the Bible. The name does match up though, so I wouldn't be surprised if I was wrong. I also don't believe it'd be the fourth one because the fish can't really be in space if they're known to only be able to swim in the blood ocean, so I don't think they could cause anything. So they're like guild idiots, basically. The movie takes place somewhere in the future, specified as the 24th century, presumably 2370, so for fans of our main character, who we will discuss later, they won't be meeting the guy unless they have a time machine. No joke, the remaining bit of the population lives in space stations. I would go crazy if that happened to me. Our most prominent station is Eden. Eden was home to the last tree, fun fact, and the people there are called keepers of the tree. People are referred to as children and also brothers of Eden. Are there any sisters there or... Well, needless to say, everyone from Eden has a special bracelet with a leaf from the last tree pressed inside it. From what I've seen, it might be customary to have this bracelet carried around. It may be a sign of hope or paradise from how Eden is referred to. I find it pretty cool. Fun fact, Eden is a biblical allusion to the chapter Genesis, and it was supposed to be a space station for Mars, not the Bible one, the one in the movie. In Eden, there was a tree of knowledge, which the last tree could be a reference to. In fact, our main character actually has a tattoo on his neck of Eden, but it gets burned off in an important accident. Oh my god, this is the perfect transition! The accident in question is the blowing up of Filament Station, which caused the death of 62 people who were in there at that time. It's different in the game from what I've read, being a 9-day battle that made it uninhabitable, where citizens of Eden were then captured by the COI, or the Consolidation of Iron. I definitely pronounced that wrong, didn't I? One of these people happens to be who I'm going to talk about right now. Now we can talk about our favorite main character, Markiplier, aka the convict. If you've already watched the movie, played the original game, or just came here for giggles, you would find out that the convict's real name is revealed to be Simon. Simon came off to me as very quiet and, well, hopeless. To be honest, I had no real hope in him at first, but his cold demeanor and pathetic, blood-soaked dog look reeled me back in. I personally think Mark captured Simon's outweighing need for survival perfectly, and he was still blending in that anger and hesitance at the same time. Simon was falsely imprisoned by the COI in the movie because they thought he blew up Filament Station, but he didn't. Spoilers. I said there were going to be spoilers, right? Our next character is Ava, and she's pretty much the only other important character, so sorry to all the Jack fans out there. In the movie, she's briefly shown, but we hear her voice at both the beginning and the end during the speaker scenes. I personally loved Ava as a character, and I thought that she was really cool, especially with the tumor on her face. Most likely she was in Filament Station during the accident. Or maybe she wasn't. Maybe I'm wrong. That happens. It's okay to be wrong, guys. The last character, who happens to be our antagonist, is the blood eel fish thing. She's confirmed as a woman, I guess, judging by her voice during the fake voice speaker scene. She is the main creature we see, as she is the antagonist that eventually causes the ending result of the movie. She most likely causes the beam of light that is in the movie, which is speculated to be an energy source made from god knows what. I couldn't tell you possibly. Now we're at the part everyone loves. So, this is the beginning of the movie. Simon is in a submarine called the SM-13. His goal is to investigate an ocean of blood on an unexplored moon so he can get resources for the dying population. If he completes the mission successfully, he can be released from captivity. He doesn't know it yet, but this mission won't go as planned due to circumstances unknown at the start. The movie is a bottle film, which is when the movie mostly takes place in one location, this case being the submarine. Simon is locked inside with the hatch welded shut, and the submarine has no windows, mind you, so he has to rely on sounds, navigation, and x-rays that slowly wreck his body. He also has a limited amount of oxygen. Yay! Yay, 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 yay! Throughout the whole movie, Simon is facing heightened experiences of hallucinations and auditory disturbances, which cause him to slowly lose sanity. The reasons behind it are unknown, but I think it's caused by his paranoia of being alone. He happens to find audio recordings on a computer in the submersible, the likes of which were left by the previous pilot before death overcame him, which is somebody that Simon happened to know. While going through his recovery operation, the tow line for the SM-13 snaps, leaving our man stranded. While going through the emergency procedures, he hits his head, which leaves him more bonkers than before. He rigs the camera with gauze, so that way he can navigate, but this idiot doesn't realize he's poisoning himself with radiation because he is an idiot. He also consumes isopropyl alcohol and continues to lose touch with reality. Good job. So, at some point later in the movie, he encounters the wreckage of the SM-8, which was designed for better extensive surveillance and piloted by scientists instead of convicts. Oh my God! During an SM-8 mission, it got attacked, which had then caused it to sink. Simon hallucinates a conversation with a woman, different from Ava, who yaps about an unidentified light beneath the ocean. It's actually implied that the blood ocean is connected to the quiet rapture, by the way. Very awesome. He gets a black box from the SM-8 wreckage and connects the data written on it to his onboard recorder. Turns out the COI knew everything that would happen and still let prisoners be sent to the ocean. So, knowing he's gonna die, Simon seals the box in some sort of life vest so that the mission's findings are safe. When a massive creature swims to the submarine, Simon sabotages the hull of the SM-13 so it can fail under extreme pressure. And when this happens, his hand gets stuck to the side of the hull due to blood solidifying at a crazy fast pace. So he has to rip off his left arm. I almost pooped myself at this scene. Oh my god. When the organism, being the blood eel, takes a big chomp out of the vessel like it's a succulent Chinese meal, it implodes violently, which kills both Simon and the creature. That's great. After an undisclosed amount of time, an unknown observer finds the life vest floating in the Blood Moon's ocean with Simon's box from earlier still inside the vest. Intact. I personally loved this movie, and it's become an all-time favorite. I didn't anticipate how uncomfortable this movie made me, but the 2 hours were completely worth it. The practical effects were really cool, especially with the body horror, which caught me off guard. I knew there was gonna be some, but not to that level. It tackled the themes of isolation, hopelessness, and undeniable failure beautifully by utilizing the claustrophobia of the SM-13. The ending was very cryptic, and it's super cool when a movie uses that technique to leave people wondering, although there are others who don't share the sentiment. Many reviews say that the movie is too faithful to the game, turning the originally 45-minute playthrough into a 2-hour film. People refer to the movie as boring and that it has no plotline. It had a well-developed plotline, and I don't appreciate the fact that my parents said that they were only excited to get the popcorn when we were at the movie theater. I need to break another wall to address this. I'm actually about to crash out. I can confidently say that my parents have no taste in modern horror, and I feel a Simon-shaped hole in my heart that my parents could not understand. Personally, the only people who can say that the movie was bad are people that are either blind or deaf. This man saved humanity, and they have the audacity to dare say that this beautiful masterpiece that took Markiplier years to make as a self-funded project wasn't appealing to them? Though my parents did have some parts that they did like. We're just messing around, of course. Either way, I respect people's opinions, and I totally understand if this isn't your kind of movie. Again, this channel was made to be supportive. Alright, I'd like to say thanks to Mr. Huntrue for making the lore breakdown video. Some of my information came from there. Also, thanks to the Fandom Wiki for Iron Lung for giving me game and movie lore. And finally, thanks to the multiple writers who typed the IMDb synopsis for writing all of the information out, or I would have missed some details, guaranteed. And I guess the parents get a shout out too for their rage bait, because that's actually how I wrote the part for my script from before. Well, let's leave you with some fun facts before the video's over, yeah? Number 1. The name of the Iron Lung submarine is based on a real-life medical device with the same name that was made in the 1900s. What in the world is that? Number 2. Markiplier completely self-funded this movie. And last but not least, 80,000 gallons of fake blood were used for this movie. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll tune in another time.